What's up, everybody? Welcome to my YouTube channel, Be on the Plate. I'm your host, Mo, and no, this is not your average food channel. This is food for thought. So today, as I walked out the house about 5:30, I noticed that there was still quite a bit of sunshine out, and which was nice, and it got me to thinking that, you know, the earth is hurting right now. A lot is going on in the world today, but the earth seems to be rotating still, and the seasons are coming. There's a change in seasons. There's evolution occurring still. But one thing that's not evolving and one thing that's not changing is the condition and the circumstances in our community is actually being worse. I was not going to touch on this topic. I actually shied away from it because it's actually depressing. But it seems to be that life these days, there's a depreciation of life these days. You know, with these senseless acts of violence without provocation. And it's occurring more and more frequent. Some of you conspiracy theorists would say that, you know, they're injecting something other into the community, something that's affecting the neurological structure of people in our community, you know, altering their behavior, causing them to be aggressive. Man, fuck that. Fuck that. These fucking people are lacking education. These people do not have a sense of how much a value is worth and a life is worth and how precious a life is. Because their very own life has been depreciated, because their very own life has been broken, because they have no future. And therefore, they want to take the future of somebody else away from them. Just because they might be gripping a pistol. A few days ago, a young man in Philadelphia was robbed by two suspects. And as if that wasn't enough, they shot him in the chest. And he was just out walking his dog, carrying on with his usual routine as he does each and every day. But he happened to cross paths with these two men, and there were grave circumstances behind that. A young girl, a teenager down south at Walmart is killed. Another individual in the Bronx. And we can go on about the 5 boroughs because the city is hot right now. Now, I don't know why this is occurring, and neither do I care why it's occurring, because I know and understand that things are going to happen in life. Not everybody's born to be a doctor or a lawyer or a civil servant. That would just, it wouldn't balance life out, you know? You need to have some people, some bad apples sprinkled in there, you know? So that we can have a fucking reference point to say, to point the finger and say you're the bad guy and I'm the good guy. To differentiate people, you know, we all have our own identities. We all have our own characteristics. Not two of us are the same. But boy, how far apart, how broken apart is our community is a fucking goddamn shame. The hood is broken right now. And it's not a color thing. It's not a color thing that's happening right now. It has nothing to do with color. Everybody's getting it, and it's coming from all angles, and no one is safe. And it's unfortunate that there's a lot of good people in these communities, and you know what? They don't have nowhere to run to for refuge. They're living in fear, constant fear. They don't know when that next stray bullet is gonna come through that door, through that window, and strike their 2-year-old, or their 1-year-old, their grandmother, or their grandfather, or even themselves. Why this is occurring, I don't know, but there needs to be a solution. And that solution needs to come from us. We need to talk, we need to communicate, we need to sit down. We need to understand why all of this is happening. And maybe even if we don't reach a level of understanding, we just need to understand that it needs to stop. And it needs to stop now. Sooner than later. Because too many lives are being lost over senseless acts. Be sure to share, like, and subscribe. Peace.